Hi, welcome and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ottavia and today is the day. Today is the day to choose the TBR for June. And it's going to be still different from all the other TBRs that I've done, which I actually created a playlist so you can check it down below or on my profile where you can see every single TBR that I've done since I started my YouTube channel journey in February of this year. So I've decided to use the spinning wheel again this month just because I wanted a little bit of a challenge, and I decided to basically create kind of 4 categories, and once the spinning wheel choose one of them, I'm gonna follow a TBR. I have ideas of what I want to read in each of them, but at the same time I just want to give like a random books, and if I read them, that's great. If not, I just need to follow through kind of the category itself anyway. So technically I need to follow the category, but at the same time I don't need to follow the books that I'm showing, because I've noticed from the past a few TBRs that sometimes I manage to read the whole books that I actually decide to. Other times I just put 1 or 2 more and I don't read 2 more, but it's fine. I mean, it's sometimes I just want to have a little bit of a impulse reading than actually following every single time a TBR. And it doesn't mean that I'm failing the TBR, it just means that I'm reading 5 or 6 books a month, which is what I usually read normally, right? So the first one is to continue or finish series. So at the moment I have read, or actually I completed 5 series, which is really, really great, right? And my goal is basically to read 10 series this year. So it would be nice to continue the series or finish it, or just read, like if I read 2 books and there are 4, maybe to read the 3rd one, so at least I kind of near to the actual ending, or just complete the series if it's really bingeable, or just trying to catch up. So that's that. The second one is to read my 25 books priority that I want to read in 2025. At the moment I read 9 of them, so I'm a little bit behind at the moment, so it'll be nice to catch up. So hopefully I will, and it's so fun. I'm happy anyway that I read 9. Like, I'm super happy, but it would be nice to read, like, if I can, 5 more. That would help a lot. The next one I call it the lost TBR of 2025, which kind of means there are books that were on my TBR but I've never read them, so I want to take them again and try to read them for this month. And the last one is a fun one, which is the R Fantasy Bingo, which I actually have a video down below that you can check it out, where basically it's a bingo for fantasy that is made from this page in Reddit called R Fantasy, and you need to basically complete the bingo and win, actually, to win nothing, but still to kind of like read from the prompts that are in this card. But everything is down below. Also down below you will see my 25 books to read in 2025 video as well. So all down there. Anyway, before we spin the wheel, please like this video and subscribe to my channel, and let me know if you like to see more video like this. Just let me know also what you're gonna read in the month of June, and yeah, let's just go. Okay, so I don't know if you can see it, but I can tell you the color. So the color to red is the 2025 priority, so the books to 25 books to read 2025. Yellow is the lost TBR 2025. The green is our fantasy bingo, and blue is continue or finishing series. I'm sorry that you can't see it, but I have anyway something here to show you anyway the colors. So let's see what color. Oh, you can see me through there. There you go. Oh. All right, it's yellow. Lost to TBR 2025. Oh, can I be really honest? I don't know if I wanted this one. To be honest, I didn't want this one because I wanted to have a more fun. But hey, listen, alright, it's fate. I need to finish my TBRs that I put, but it's fine. I can do it. And I have And I have, I think, a few. So I'm just gonna take them from my shelf and I'll show it to you. Okay, so I actually have 6 books to show you plus 2 ebooks. So technically 8 that I didn't read. And by the way, I think on my YouTube channel, I basically have only the TBR February until now. There was something that I did on my TikTok, which you can check it down below, where basically I was also showing the books that I wanted to read in January, and one of them will be in the January, which is going to show it to you now first. All right, so the first one is from Rolling Ash by Jennifer Almentrout. This is a book I really wanted to read in the month for January, and I didn't. This one, if I read it, is going to actually help me for the 25 books to read in 2025, which is great. I haven't read a Jennifer L. Armentrout book in ages, and I really would like to read this one. And I know that people really enjoy this one. I think there's also like another series connected to this one that maybe is better than this one. But to be honest, I'm gonna start, with the first one and see how it is. It's a little bit mixed feelings in the second or third book, I think, but I just want to see what it is about, and I don't know much how it is, but I think it's about Poppy that has never been alone because she's a maiden, and her life is about being alone, like a solitary life. Never been touched, never been looked upon, never be spoken to, never experienced pleasure. Waiting for the day of her ascension, she would rather be with the gods, fighting back the evil that took her family, than preparing to be found worthy by the gods, but the choice has never been hers. And then the entire kingdom, future rest on Poppy's shoulder, something she's not even quite sure she wants for herself, because a maiden has a heart and a soul and longing. And when Hawk, a golden-eyed god, honor-bound to ensure her ascension, enters alive, destiny and duty become tangled with desire and need. He incites her anger, makes her question everything she believes in, and tempts her with the forbidding. And then there's a kingdom, forsaken by the gods and feared by mortal. A fallen kingdom is rising once more, determined to take back what they believe is theirs through violence and vengeance. And as the shadow of those draws closer, the line between what is forbidden and what is right becomes blurred. Poppy is not only on the verge of losing her heart and being found unworthy by the gods, but also a life when every blood-soaked thread that holds the world together begins to unravel. So, yeah. So technically this person, this gods, there's love that shouldn't be there. So, we'll see. I'm excited. I think this is first in a series for sure. I don't remember how many books, I don't remember it finishing, but I remember that I loved the series, the Locke series with Alien, with Obsidian and all. Oh my god, I loved that. And also I read when under her name Jaylyn as well. And then, yeah, oh my gosh, she wrote so many. Oh my god, I hope I will like this one. Then I have 3 books that I wanted to read in March that I actually didn't read, of course. The first one is Babel by R.F. Kuang, and this is actually a part of the 25 books to read in 2025, which is great. So if I read it, that's great, but I know it's gonna be really, really difficult to read, like a long read. So I wasn't expecting for June, but listen, I need to read this one. I want to see what it's about. I want to read a book from her, because Catabasis, a new book from her, I think is out or is coming out, and that one sounds really interesting, but I want to read this one first to see how it is. And we are in Oxford in 1836. The city of dreaming spires. It is the center of all knowledge and progress in the world. And at its heart is Babel, Oxford University, prestigious Royal Institute of Translation, the tower from which all the power of the empire flows. Orphaned in Canton and brought to England by mysterious guardian Robin Swift, fought Babel a paradise until it became a prison. But can a student stand against an empire? And I think there's a lot of heavy topics in here, and I really, really, really would like to read it, and then hopefully I will be with the people that actually really love this one, and I can't wait. So hopefully I will read it this month. Next one is Harry Potter. and The Philosopher's Stone by J.K. Rowling. Everyone loves these books, of course. They're really like a big nostalgia for everyone. Everyone read them. I read the first and the second book, and then that's it. So I want to like reread them and re-explore the magic. I know there's a little bit of controversy with the author. I completely understand. I just want to see a little bit how it is in the actual books, because I love especially the first movie. I think the first movie was best, so well made. And then, of course, everything else is good. But The Philosopher's Stone, it really reminds me of when I was little and I went to see the movie with my mom and dad and with my friends as well. And it just, I just want to reminisce in and see how it is. And of course, I know and I remember that there are some things that we didn't see in the movie, and like always. So I think these will be nice to read, especially in between books, because Babel is a chunk and it's heavy. So it's nice to have a middle grade book here as well. And of course, I think you know what it is about, right? So it's about Harry that he's living with his auntie and uncle, but he's not really treated really well. And then he gets this letter from Hogwarts, which is a magical school, and then the story goes there. So yeah. Next one is House of Salt and Sorrow by Erin A. Craig. This is a book that I really wanted to read, that I bought in New York like 2-3 years ago when I went there, and I'm excited to see how it is. I didn't know much about it. So we are in a manor by the sea where 12 sisters are cursed. Annalie lives a sheltered life at Highmore with the sisters. Once there were 12, but loneliness filled the ground halls now that 4 of the girls' lives have been cut short, each death more tragic than the last. Disturbed by a series of ghostly visions, Annalie becomes increasingly suspicious that her sister's death were no accident. The girls had been sneaking out every night to attend glittering balls, dancing until dawn in silk gowns and shimmery slippers. And Annalie isn't sure whether to try to stop them or to join their forbidden trysts. Because who or what are they really dancing with? When Annalie involves them with a mysterious stranger who has secret of his own intensifies, it's a race around the darkness. Hello, I am reading for them. Thank you. It's a race around with a darkness that has fallen over her family before it claims her next. I'm sure it's going to be a series or trilogy or something like this. If it's just one book, then that's great. But I'm really interested to see. And yeah, let's see. I don't know if anyone read this book. I haven't heard anyone talking about this book. So we'll see. It came out in 2019. So we'll see. We'll see if I like it. Then in April, I wanted to read these 2 books. One of them I actually show it to you on my TBR of April. The other one, no, because it was an arc. But the first one I want to talk to you about is Watch Me by Tara Murphy. I haven't read this book yet. And I don't know if you know about, but this is like what happened after the Shatter Me series. And I can't wait to dive in. I literally can't wait. I think it's like after 50 years of how that series concluded. So I was really excited to see how it is and to see these 2 new protagonists in this world where it's basically nothing is left and they try to recreate everything. And it's a dystopian book. I haven't read one in a while, and it's nice to have also now an ebook that I can that I can read. So I am really excited. I can't wait. And I don't know if anyone knows what Shatter Me was about, but Shatter Me was about this girl called Juliette. She has been kind of not really hospitalized, but she's in a psych area because she has a touch, like she can kill people. So she killed a kid by mistake, and now she's just basically in there for the rest of her life. She's not living the best life, but then she managed to escape thanks to someone. And then there's all the situation with the resistance and the empire and so on. And then she meets also people that have different powers as well, like similar to hers or different. So it was really nice. First, it was a trilogy. Then Teramafi put out 3 more books, so it was a series. But I'm always in love with the first 3 books. The other books were okay. It was nice to see the relationship between Juliet and this other guy, like, coming up a lot more. And yeah, I enjoyed it anyway, so I can't wait to continue this one. Next one is an arc that I got from NetGalley. So thank you so much, NetGalley, to basically give me an opportunity to read this book, which I haven't read yet, and it actually came out in March the 14th. Hence, I wanted to read it a little bit more near, but it's okay, it didn't happen. And it's called The Fallen Guardian by Dawn Chartier. I hope I pronounced the surname correctly. If not, I don't know. It's a paranormal romance. So let's see if I will like it, because I haven't read one like this in a long time. But I love the cover. And it's about this person, Gracie James, has made vengeance her life's mission. Haunted by the brutal murder of her family, she survives on the streets with the Inciters, a vigilante group that delivers justice to society worst. But her ultimate goal remains finding her father and uncovering why he destroyed her world. When a deadly encounter with a seductive and powerful angel of death leaves her faction annihilated, she's forced into an uneasy alliance. Lucien Ward, a fallen guardian with a shadow past, is on a mission of his own. Stripped of his former glory, he hunts for the truth behind the family's downfall, when fulfilling his grim duties as the angel of death. Grace's fiery spirit and an uncontrollable power she doesn't yet understand may be the key to his redemption. Or she could bring about the end of both their worlds. In a battle where loyalty blows and fate twists, can they uncover truth before the destinies ignite chaos? Let's see how it is. I was checking a little bit of the review prior, and it's a little bit like mixed, like not really the greatest, but a little bit like that. But we'll see. I will read it myself and see how I will feel once I read it. But I'm interested anyway, so let's see that. And we're now to the last 2 books, which were part of my May TBR, and I actually, of course, didn't read them. So the first one is Divine Rebels by Rebecca Ross, which is the first book in this duology that it's called, I don't know. I don't know what it's called, but yeah, it is this one. And I think it's about these 2 kids, well, like kids, 2 people that are basically in like there's a war in this world, and they are in the opposite, they are enemies, right? But then she starts writing letters to like a brother or something like this, and he finds them, and then they started to correspond between each other, and I think like a love story comes up, and there's gods involved in here. So I'm really excited. I don't know why I haven't read it yet. Everyone loves this one. Everyone loves also Rebecca Ross. I've never read anything from her, so it would be nice to start reading this one and see how it goes. I'm really interested. I was interested last month, and I'm interested still now. So hopefully I'll read it as soon as possible. And the last one is Six Crimson Crane by Elizabeth Lim. And I'm so sad I haven't read this one yet, because I'm really interested about it. And it's about this princess that has a secret. Forbidden magic ruins in her veins until she loses control on the morning of her unwanted betrothal and is discovered by her stepmother, Raikama. A sorcerer in her own right, Raikama banishes Shuri, transforming her brother into cranes and warning her that she must speak of it to no one, for with every word that escapes her lips, one of her brothers will die. But as Shuri searches for her brother, she uncovers a dark conspiracy to seize the throne. To save her kingdom, she must place her trust in a paper bird, a mercurial dragon, and the boy she fought so hard not to marry. And she must embrace the marriage she'd been taught all her life to contain, no matter what it cost. It sounds interesting. It sounds kind of similar to the book of Julia Marilia, The Daughter of the Forest, because that is kind of the same concept, but the brothers become swans, and of course she can't talk, and she has to actually knit some like shirts for them to wear, but she can't talk at all, because if not, actually in that story, the brothers will remain swans forever. So I am excited. I don't know why I haven't read it, but I will, okay? I will. Okay, so here are all the books that I want to read this month, plus the 2 ebooks. I think I have a big selection, and it would be nice to read these ones as well, because there are some that I really wanted to read. and I'm not going to read them all because there are too many. I usually read 5 to 6 books per month. So also, if I read these 2 big ones, I don't know if I can read more, because especially this one is going to be really, really difficult, and I need to be, concentrated on that. Plus, I am doing like a mini long video about other books, which I'm not going to talk about in here. So I'm not sure how many I will achieve to read this in here, but I will for sure at least 2 or 3. For sure. But I'm excited with all of them, to be honest. Plus also 2 ebooks anyway. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said before, like this video, subscribe to my channel, and yeah, I'll see you in my next one. Bye, ciao.